Hi, do you ever dread going to social functions or certainly sometimes holiday events where you know you're going to see certain people? Maybe it's family, maybe it's friends, and you know the script. You know what I mean by a script? Like you know what's going to happen, you know it's going to deteriorate at some point, or there's going to be conflict or negative emotions. And even if it's not outward, maybe it's you know what's going to happen inside of you when you're around certain people and it's not a pleasant experience. My name is Marie Larson. I've been working in the area of emotional healing for the past 10 years, and I started Vibrant Life Consulting to help people learn how to live a more vibrant life that's healthy emotionally and spiritually. So, when you have situations like that, here's an easy tip that I have learned. Just like you would plan ahead for an event, you'd plan what you wear, you would plan how long it's going to take to drive there, etc. I encourage you to pray ahead. So, just like you plan ahead, pray ahead and talk to God about that specific situation, that specific group, whatever it is, and pray into what you know usually happens. So sometimes this just can be, I know these certain negative things usually happen. Somebody gets angry, somebody gets offended, or whatever. And then pray the opposite that you would think would be a positive. Or to go deeper, ask Jesus, like, hey, what are the negatives I should be aware of that might be there? And what would be the positive opposite that I could pray in for that situation? And I'll often do this of praying ahead for events where I'm like, I kind of know there could be a negative script going on there. And so I'll pray and just ask Jesus to stop the negative, that would not happen. And then I will agree with heaven, agree with Jesus for what he would want to happen in that situation. So it might be positive, emotions happening, connection, um, good conversations in relationships rather than disconnection and miscommunication. And so praying in those positive opposites, and it's super powerful because we don't need to, if you walk into a dark room, you don't need to chase the dark out of the room. You just turn the light switch on and the dark has to leave. And so that's the concept, is that we're agreeing with heaven for what God wants to do in that relationship anyway, and we're releasing it because we have that power. Sorry about that. Prayer alarm. We have that power to release the positive opposite over our world. So I would encourage you, pray ahead for these different events that are coming up in December. And if you would like more tips and tricks like this, go to vibrantlifeconsulting.com/events. I have a workshop coming up January 21st. We're going to be talking about a lot of different tools like this that are super easy to use, but you would be surprised at how amazing and it can switch things. I had one time I was teaching a class and I had somebody come in such a negative attitude. Like, I thought I was going to have to kick this person out of the room because it was disturbing the entire class. And the Lord reminded me, like, hey, pray the positive opposite. And so I started praying that. And I kid you not, within 30 seconds to a minute, this person came up to me, apologized for their behavior, apologized for their attitude, and stepped into their small group and started being one of the best participants in the room. And I think the Lord was showing me, like, hey, prayer is powerful. So align with heaven, agree with heaven, and release that over any situations you have coming up. You won't regret it. It's not always that blatant how it comes out, but man, it is awesome when you do. And if you forget, then just go to the bathroom. It's a socially acceptable place to be alone and pray and just do that. Tell the negative to stop and release the positive opposite. So, blessings on your holidays, and I hope you have a wonderful, vibrant day.